Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to bring you the second and final game of the series in the Pacific League between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. The first game of the series at the neutral site was rained out on Tuesday. Yesterday at the PayPay Dome, the Hawks took a 4-2 decision over the Golden Eagles to win the first game of the set. And tonight is the final game, or the getaway game, before these teams head on to their next series. And so we're going to give you the starting lineups. First of all, from the visitors from Tohoku. Leading off and playing in left field is number 6, Haruki Nishikawa. Batting second to doing the designated hitting is number 35, Hiroki Shimochi. Hitting third and playing second base is number 3, Hideto Asamura. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 23, Mikhail Franco. Batting fifth in right field is number 27, Takiro Okajima. Hitting sixth and playing shortstop is number 34, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Batting seventh and doing the catching is number 55, Yuma Yasuda. Hitting eighth and playing third base is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. And batting ninth in center field, wearing number 8, is Ryosuke Tatsumi. And they are going to be facing the one-time closer of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. This is going to be Yuto Mori, and he has been down on the farm for 3 starts to begin the 2023 campaign, but he is going to be stretched out as a starter, and he will get the nod tonight to face the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It's going to be his first appearance of the 2023 campaign at the NPB level, so it'll be interesting to see how Mori performs, as he will get the ball tonight against the Golden Eagles. Well, that's the Eagles starting lineup. Now the lineup for the home team from Fukuoka. Leading off and playing second base is number 13, Masaki Momori. Hitting second and playing first base is number 7, Akira Nakamura. Hitting third and in left field wearing number 3 is Kazuki Kondo. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 9, Yuki Yanagita. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 24, Ryoya Kurihara. Batting sixth in center field is number 8, Taisi Makihara. Hitting seventh and in right field is number 33, Shimasuda. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 6, Kenta Imamiya. Batting ninth and doing the catching is number 19, Takuya Kai. They are going to be facing Ryota Takanaka, who takes to the hill without a win-loss record. He's worked 9 innings. He's allowed 13 hits, 4 runs, all of which have been earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 3, and he's got an ERA of 4.00. Well, those are your starting lineups. Our friend Josh Yaskovich is in the house. He says, "Let's go, Birds." So that's a coin toss in itself. And we'll be back here in just a couple moments, everybody, with all the action here, as we are going to be bringing you the Eagles and the Hawks in the third game of the series, or the second game of the series, as this is getaway day in Fukuoka. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks have taken the field, and the starter, Yuto Mori, is ready to head out to the mound to start his warm-up tosses, as we are moments away from getting this one underway. The right-hander is making his first start of the 2023 season at the NPB level, and of course, as we mentioned at the top of the stream, the one-time closer for the Hawks, now a starting pitcher, had 3 starts in the minor leagues or in the farm team before he is now going to be taking the mound here to face the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles in this one. So I'm curious to see how he's going to fare as a starter. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. He had some issues, I believe, last year with the, I think it was shoulder issues for Mori. So it'll be curious to see how he is going to put this one together. He is 31 years old. He's been in the NPB for quite a while. And he is, as we said, going to get the nod here in this one tonight. He has been with the Hawks ever since the 2014 season. And for the most part, has been used out of the bullpen. The most amount of innings he ever logged in one season was actually in his rookie campaign, where he had 65 2/3 innings. For the most part, he had worked north of 50 until the last 2 years, where he struggled to do more than 29 innings pitched. He had 37 saves in the 2018 season, 35 19 and 32 20. And then in 2021, he had 15 saves, but really that torch was passed over to Levi Manello, who was able to close out ball games the last couple of years. Well, his warm-up tosses are done. We're ready to get this one underway. Our friend Mick is in the house. Appreciate you for being here tonight. And Mori is ready to face the top of the order, Nishikawa, Shimouchi, and Asamura. So here comes the first offering from Mori. It is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Nishikawa, appearing in his 7th game of the year, he's hitting .214. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. The one-time Hokkaido Nippon ham fighter. It's the start in the leadoff spot here tonight. He takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Nishikawa. Nishikawa has last year was the player of the month for the months of March, April. And then after that, it was a roller coaster spiral downward for the rest of his season as he swings and fouls off that fastball. And the count is 1-2. Nishikawa has struggled to find his foothold in the lineup with Tohoku, especially after that strong start last year. And they are looking for anything right now offensively to jumpstart their group as that fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2 to Nishikawa. Nishikawa, as we said, player of the month in the Pacific League last year in the month of March, April, made a great first impression. And he was a part of that big run when they were on that long winning streak last year, producing a lot offensively, as there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nishikawa, as we said, hitting .214, entering the ball game here tonight. As he leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Takuya Kai. Mori cycling through the sign, and he comes now set to the belt. He pitches from the stretch position, though there is nobody on base, and it's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. Our friend Mick says he's got Hawks, Bay Stars, and Carp on the money line. Those are all 3 of our picks. We've taken all the home teams tonight in these affairs. As the 2-2 pitch is on the way, and Mori kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. It's going to run the count to 3-2 on Nishikawa. I would think the Hawks tonight, of course, with Mori here starting, curious to see how far he is able to go with the Monday off day and the Tuesday rainout. Even though they used Moinello and Osuna yesterday in the victory, I would assume both of those back-end relievers are available. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Nishikawa goes down on strikes for out number 1. That was a bit of a battle there, as it was an 8-pitch at bat, but one away here to start the top of the first inning, and that's going to bring up Hiroki Shimochi. Well, for Shimochi, he pulled his average up to 200. He did have a home run in last night's ball game, opened the account. He's also got 5 RBIs. He also butchered a ball in left field as he had come in hard to try to make a catch. He couldn't keep it in front of him. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Shimochi. Shimochi is generally pretty reliable defensively. And on top of his defense, he's generally a pretty productive hitter. He was a .298 hitter a year ago. But his game has gone off to a slow start this year. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. Our friend Mick says his New Zealand basketball said he's got the over, and they covered it. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Shimochi. He says now it's time for some baseball. That is for sure. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander Mori gets ready to deliver again as he gets the sign from Kai. That looks like they're working inside to Shimochi. It's a fastball that just misses under the hands. And the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mori, the right-hander, ready to go. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to break the pad of Shimochi. It's a looping line drive that's caught by the first baseman Nakamura. And that is going to do it for Shimochi for the second out of the inning. That ball there just got the barrel, not quite onto the barrel. It was a little down the bat a bit. A piece of the wood came flying up in the air as he had swung that one, and it looped right to the first baseman Nakamura for the second out of the inning. Well, that's going to bring up Hideto Asamura, who Asamura hit his 3rd homer of the year last night. He is batting .212 on the season with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Our friend Shotgun Shell says he got smoked in the MLB, NHL, and NBA today for the trifecta. That happens sometimes. We have maybe pulled our fortunes around as we are 5-4 this week. And our picks, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-1 to Asamura. We're talking about this the other night, picking the games, especially if you pick every single game. When you think about the guys on TV and they say, hey, I'm picking at 66% or 70%, they're cherry picking the game that they want or that they think is their best bet. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Asamura. When you have to pick every single game, especially those ones that are coming up at almost even odds, it could be the home team or the road team, flip a coin. You got to hit on those ones every once in a while, too. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Asamura. It's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Well, to make it up for you there, Shotgun Shell, we've got another little commercial to kick off for you here tonight. We'll run that for you on the in-between innings in just a moment. As here's the 2-2 offering from Mori. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung. This ball is grounded over to short, and Mamiya fields it deep into the 6th hole. He throws to first, and that is going to do it as Asamura is retired on a ground out, 6-3 for out number 3. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 1/2 inning. In Fukuoka, it is the Hawks, no score, and the Eagles coming to bat. Sorry, check that. Eagles, no score. The Hawks coming to bat. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody. After this, cheer up for our friend Shotgun Shell. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the first inning and the top of the batting order coming to bat for the Hawks. That means it's going to be Masaki Momori, Akira Nakamura, and Kensuke Kondo to face the right-hander Ryota Takanaka. Our friend God is Great, which is Titus, is in the house from the land of the rising sun. We welcome you, Titus. Thanks for bouncing in here to listen today. So Momori, Nakamura, and Kondo to get things going against Takanaka. Momori made his season debut last night, even though he did not get a hit in his 4 trips to the plate. He was all over the base paths. He did have a stolen base. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Friend Titus asks how we're doing today. Not too bad. This is the end of the day, as the 0-1 pitch is on the way, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Momori. Momori is that type of fire starter at the top of the order. We talked about the famous quote from Earl Weaver years ago about players who make things happen, players who watch things happen, and players who wonder what happened. As there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And in the case of Momori, he is a playmaker. He is able to get things started, and he really is able to create some things for sure on the offensive end. He really crowds the plate. He's got both feet right up on the chalk, and there's a fastball under the hands that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, so good. And to top it off, THE, that is my favorite. I'm not sure which one your favorite is. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there is a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Asamura. He throws it on a hop over to Mikhail Franco at first. That is going to retire Mori on a ground out 4-3. So 1 gone, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura, he's hitting .288 on the campaign. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Takanaka. Shotgun Shell says the harmonica is his favorite. That's a pretty tune that drops there. There's a fastball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Always try to keep it fresh a little bit. Like to mix in the different sounds here and there. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1 to Nakamura. The Hawks last night scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and it all came with the benefit of 2 out. It was an error by the shortstop Yamazaki that opened up the floodgates. So there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Akira Nakamura. Nakamura in last night's ball game went 0-3 as he swings at a fastball and he pops it up behind home plate, giving chase is the catcher Yasuda, but he's going to watch it drift into the seats. That's going to run the count to 2-2. But in that 3rd inning last night, it was with 2 outs, and then Masaki Momori, as we said, he was the fire starter. He reached on an error by Yamazaki, then he promptly stole second base. And then after a walk to Shumasuda, it was an RBI single by Kondo and then a 2-run double by Yanagita that put the 3 runs quickly on the board for the Hawks, and they never looked back. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left center field. Coming in on it is Nishikawa. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Nakamura for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that will bring up the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. Friend Shotgun Shell says, every move you're making is appreciated. Oh, you can just wait on that one, Shotgun Shell. I've got something planned for you when I'm in Japan. That is for sure. Lots of entertainment after that. Less than 3 months away now. Sorry, less than 4 months away now, if my math is correct. As here comes the first offering to Kensuke Kondo. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kondo hitting .275 as he enters the ball game tonight with a couple of homers and 12 RBIs. Takanaka ready to go again. He delivers a fastball that just misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Kondo batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Takanaka. And here's the pitch on the way. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout. The count now goes to 1-2 on Kondo. I really like this acquisition by the Hawks. Kondo is just, I don't know if he's starting to enter his prime or if he's just slightly already in the prime of his career. But this bat is going to be around for a while in the Hawks lineup. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. A little bit of an eyebrow raiser that the fighters would package him up and let him go. Friend Mick says the Swallows just scored. Shotgun Shell says, when are you going? I'm going to mark my calendar right now. Going to be heading down to Seattle in the middle of August, and then flying to San Fran and then off to Tokyo. As there's a fastball that misses down. A good block there by Yasuda. Like it might have squirted by him there if Kondo would have swung at that pitch. It was a split finger pitch. It's about 56 feet. Bounced about 4 feet in front of the plate. So now runs the count full to Kondo. As the left-handed hitter here is waggling the bat, waiting on the pitch here from Takanaka. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded over to the right side of the infield. Fielded by Asamura. He flips it to first, and that is going to do it. As Kondo goes down quietly here on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Hawks. Well, there was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 1 complete. It is the Eagles no score, the Hawks no score. Stick around. We'll be back with the top of the second for you in just a couple moments. Appreciate everybody who has jumped in here tonight. We will be back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the second inning, and it's going to be the heart of the Eagle batting order to come to bat. Mikhail Franco, Takiro Okajima, and Tsuyoshi Yamazaki to face the one-time closer Yuto Mori, who is getting a start here for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We got our friend Ben Roberts in the house. It is morning in the Cleveland area, and we welcome you to the stream. It is a midweek game. Wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get this one done. As a fastball swung on, it is grounded up the middle. Fielded by Imamiya as he comes across the bag at second. He throws to first. And with one pitch, Mikhail Franco was away on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Takiro Okajima. For Okajima, he's hitting .227 on the season with a homer and 3 RBIs. As he strides to the plate defensively tonight for the Hawks, we'll give you the rundown. From left to right field, it is Kondo in left. The center fielder is Makihara, and the right fielder is Masuda. Around the horn, it is Nakamura at first, Momori at second. The shortstop, Imamiya, on the third baseman is Kurihara. And the battery of Kai and Mori, as the first pitch is a fastball that misses up, and the count is 1-0 to Okajima. So Mori ready to go back to work here again as he kicks And he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. These are the only two teams that are in action tonight in the Pacific League. Full slate of games in the Central League. As the right hand kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count is now 2-1 to Okajima. Shotgun Shell says, calendar marked August the 18th. Yeah, we'll start the countdown, and we're at 100 days. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Moving over to get it is Masuda. He's going to fire it back in, but Okajima's got himself a one-out single. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. That's the first hit of the ball game for either of these two teams. So finally, some traffic on the base paths. So Okajima, a runner at first with one gone. Yamazaki, who's batting .250 on the year. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. It's from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Mori. Check that. It's from the left side. Maybe we've got to get ourselves a little stronger coffee. As here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamazaki. We will probably call it, the likelihood of us calling a game tomorrow is quite good. And we are also going to call the Saturday game, or the 10 o'clock affair, Pacific time, on Friday night. But we're not going to be able to do the Saturday night game or the Sunday game in Japan time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. Coming in and making the catch is Masuda. That is going to retire Yamazaki for the second out of the inning. Hit the ball right on the screws, did Yamazaki. Right to the glove of Masuda, who had to come in and make the grab. So 2 gone here with the runner first. That brings up Yuma Yasuda to the plate. Yasuda batting .240 on the year with a homer and 4 RBIs. He gets the start behind the plate tonight, as Jinjiro Simatani got his start last night. So the left-handed hitting Yasuda ready to go again. Bats here from the left side. A lot of left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight for the Golden Eagles, as they're facing the right-hander here. And the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is quickly 1-0. Almost looks like an inverted batting order as Hiroto Kobakata waits his turn on deck, and the 9th spot is Ryosuke Tatsumi. For quite a bit of the year last year, those were the top 2 hitters in the batting order. But not this year for the Golden Eagles. Well, the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, and that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Yasuda. I'm curious to know what Mori's velocity would be over the course of a ball game, what his average fastball would sit on, and then compare that to last year and 2 years ago and 3 years ago when he was closing ball games. How much of a difference that would be. So here's the 1-1 pitch as Mori holds at the belt. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that backs Yasuda off the plate, and that's going to run the count to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yasuda hitting from the left side, as we said, against the right-handed throwing Mori. He waggles the bat. And he's ready here for the offering. We're going to start squeezing some Major League Baseball games in. We haven't done any yet this year. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 2-2. Called a number of games last year and just haven't been able to make it work in our schedule, but it looks like next week the chips are going to fall, and that is going to mean that we're going to start calling some MLB games during the day. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Mori works himself to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside. It's going to run the count to 3-2. That was a close pitch, and it looked like it had enough backdoor run to get the corner. But not so according to the home plate umpire. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yasuda. The runner at first, Okajima, will be on the run. As the right-hander leans in and he gets the sign. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a split-figure pitch, swung on and missed. Blocked by Kai. He picks it up, but he throws to first. The strikeout is going to go into the books as a K, 2-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Golden Eagles here in their half of the second. They had no runs. They had a hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 1.5. It is the Eagles no score and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate y'all for listening here with us. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the second inning, and it is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Hawks, and that means Yuki Yanagita, Ryoya Kurihara, and Taisi Makihara to combat to face the right-hander for the Golden Eagles, Ryota Takanaka. Takanaka able to retire the order 1-2-3 in the first inning. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, I have a 30-second video to send you. Email address is on our website. You can go to the About Us page or contact us, and you can pick it off over there. That's probably the best route to do it there. You're more than welcome to send it on. As we said, we have to pass the inspection department, quality control, and if it does that, then it's all good to roll. You had to be able to do that for you, the bill. Here comes Yuki Yanagita to the plate. Yanagita is batting .322. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. Batting from the left side against the right-hander Takanaka. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that dropped in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Yanagita off to a great start this year. One of the league leaders in batting average with that .322 mark. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Yanagita here waiting on the offering from Takanaka, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yanagita hitting from the left side, waggles his bat. I'm not sure I really like the way the catchers are off of the one knee here. There's a breaking ball swung on it. Is grounded deep into the 4-hole. Asamura fields it deep in behind second base on the outfield grass, and he throws to first, and Yanagita is going to be retired. It's going to be as a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Ryoya Kurihara. I'm starting to say I don't like the fact that the catchers are working off of one knee. I know there's nobody on. And probably Yanagita not being in a position to be the kind of guy to drop a bunt. I mean, he can. He runs well, and he does do it okay. But probably don't want to take the bat out of his hands. There's a fastball swung on, lifted into shallow left field, moving over underneath it. As the left fielder Nishikawa, and with 1 pitch, Kurihara is retired. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Taisi Makihara. Well, before we blink and this inning ends, we're going to give you the defensive alignment for the Golden Eagles. From left to right field, it is Nishikawa in left, Tatsumi in center, and the right fielder tonight is Okajima. Around the horn from first to third, it's Franco at first, Asamura at second, Yamazaki at short, and the third baseman is Kobakata. The battery is of Takanaka and Yasuda. And the first pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner. The count is 0-1 to Taisi Makihara. Makihara hitting .309 in the early going here with no homers and 4 RBIs. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Takanaka ready to deliver again. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. Racing over is Nishikawa. He leaps and he makes the catch as he slams into the wall. What a catch by Nishikawa. And that is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the second inning. That was a web gem. If you've got Instagram, be sure to look for that one either on the Pacific League or on the Golden Eagles Instagram page, as that was a beautiful catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete at the PayPay Dome in Fukuoka. Our score is the Eagles nothing and the Hawks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for checking in here with us tonight. Welcome back, everyone. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. I mean, it's Hiroto Kobakata, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and to the top of the order, Haruki Nishikawa. As the first pitch is delivered, it is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Kobakata. Kobakata hitting .274 in the early going. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. He does run pretty well, does the third baseman, and it's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted into right field down the line. If it's trouble if it stays fair, and it's just going to hook foul. Oh boy, that ball was absolutely scorched. But that's going to run the count to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, now we have him singing along to the commercial breaks. Yeah, got to be able to keep everybody active on those. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1 to Kobakata. Keep everybody entertained. It gives me an opportunity to rest the voice for at least a minute. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is, as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and is lifted foul down the left field line. Count goes even to 2-2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Mori works to the belt. And now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded foul just past the bag at first base. Easily fielded by Nakamura, and he flips it into the stands. We were talking before that fans are traditionally or typically not allowed to keep the baseballs. But sometimes they do. Sometimes they're given the opportunity to take a ball home with them. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as Maury kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-2. I don't know about you guys, but I saw last week there was Dollar Hot Dog Night in Philadelphia. I forget who the Phillies were playing, but it got so out of control. People were throwing their hot dogs. Looked like a good old-fashioned food fight. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the left field line. The count remains at 3-2, and apparently they've got 2 more Dollar Dog Nights to come up. I guess it's not baseball bat night, so throwing hot dogs is a lot easier than throwing the other stuff. I guess it all started with somebody who was standing up and singing or something like that, and people were disgusted by it, so they started throwing their hot dogs at him. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Kobakata, I don't know what you were looking at there, but he's gone for out number 1 here in the third inning. That is going to retire him. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Now, that would be an interesting thing if they were throwing hot dogs at one another on Dog Night. Ben Roberts says they've had Dollar hot dogs in Cleveland for a while now. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Ryosuke Tatsumi. I remember a number of years ago, the Toronto Blue Jays had a promotion, and it was Toonie Tuesday. For $2, you could get a ticket and go watch the Blue Jays play. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. And it had to be somewhere around 2002, I think, 2003, somewhere in that range. And took a drive with my dad. We took a 4-hour ride down the highway. We saw the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. And there was a breaking ball that misses down. Count is 2-1. And they had something similar where it was like Dollar hot dog or whatever it was. Anyways, it was Roy Halladay against Pedro Martinez. And there was like only 5,000 people in attendance because across the way, the Toronto Maple Leafs were in a playoff game. As there's a breaking ball delivered, it is tapped out in front of the plate. There's a lot of English on it. It looks like it may have hit the batter, and that's going to keep the count now, or run the count to 2-2 on Tatsumi. Anyways, $2 to see Pedro Martinez and Roy Halladay pitch an absolute masterpiece. And nobody knew because the Maple Leafs were in the playoffs, I think against the Carolina Hurricane at the time. So 2-2 to Tatsumi. As the right-hander Maury works to the set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. Ball's grounded over to first. It's taken by Nakamura, and he's going to win the race to the bag. That's going to retire Tatsumi. It's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order, Hiroki Nishikawa. Our friend Ben Roberts says 10-cent beer night. And Ben also says it's a way to clear out the inventory of old hot dogs. Well, there was a funny story out here in Vancouver a number of years ago. I don't want to say the woman's name. That might get me in trouble. But she was the general manager of the Vancouver Canadians. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. And what had ended up happening is she ran out of hot dogs on opening night. I can understand if it's your 28th game of the season of a 33-game season and you run out of hot dogs because you don't want to have any inventory going into the off season. But on opening night, you run out of hot dogs. Needless to say, she lost her job pretty quick. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now no balls and 2 strikes to Nishikawa. And then for an encore, how many years later, 12 or 13 years later, I think it was last season, same deal. Vancouver Canadians had opening night and they ran out of hot dogs. So how do you run out of hot dogs on opening night? You have to explain that one to me. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Nishikawa stood there like the house by the side of the road, watched it go by for out number 3. That is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in the top half of the third inning. Well, Maury looks like he knows what he's doing. as this is his first start of the year. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is the Hawks nothing, the Eagles nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this. We'll catch up on our line score as well. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Hawks. That means Shuma Suda, Kenta Imamiya, and Takuya Kai to face the right-hander Ryota Takadaka. Another funny story on game cancellations or bad stuff. I was coaching in Edmonton a number of years ago, and we're playing at Telus Field, the ballpark, and I think we got about 2,500 fans in the stands that night. And it looks like it's going to be rain. We've had some rain earlier in the area. They got thunderstorms are calling in. And our manager goes out, and in the pregame meeting with the umpires, they decide at that point, literally at 7:05, to call the game. They come back to the clubhouse. And I said, Ray, if I'm the owner, I'm ticked off at you. As the first pitch is a breaking ball on the way. It's taken for a called strike by Masuda, and the count is 0-1. I said, you got a captive audience of 2,500 people. You might have wanted to cancel the game at 7 o'clock. But you don't tell the crowd for about an hour because they're drinking beer and they're eating their chips and their nachos. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-2. Just delay the inevitable. We know we're going to cancel the game, but let's just sit there and watch these people eat their way through the crowd. 2,500 people drinking beer for an hour. That's a lot of money. There's a fastball swung on it. Just taps softly back to the pitcher. Takanaka fields it. He flips it to first on the run. It's going to get out as a ground out 1-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Kenta Imamiya. Well, for Imamiya, he is hitting .220 on the early going. He's got no homers and 2 RBIs. He's coming off a really good season last year. Imamiya had arguably one of the best years of his career from an offensive perspective. Imamiya last year hit .296, a career best. He also had himself 7 home runs as he takes a fastball outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He also drove in 47 runs last year. He was his regular self as he had 19 sacrifice bunts. As there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. But there has to be some thought process and strategy and some of that other stuff. As here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. Coming in and sliding and making the catch is Takeru Okajima, and that's going to retire Imamiya for the second out of the inning. Boy, Okajima did not make that look easy. But that is going to retire Imamiya, and it's going to leave it all up to Takuya Kai. Out of town scoreboard in the top of the 4th inning. The Swallows have a 1-0 lead over the Bay Stars. Tigers leading the Giants 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd at the Cochin. Game between the Carp and the Dragons are locked up at 0s, as it is here at the PayPay Dome. So that brings Kai to the plate. He's hitting .184 on the early going. No homers and 8 RBIs. He takes a fastball off the outside corner for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Kai in last night's ball game had a hit for 2. He also drew a walk, and he knocked a run in last night as well. There's a breaking ball ticket for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kai. We're here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and the pitch from Takadaka is a breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. Friend Ben Roberts says coffee time. Yeah, we've been into the hot chocolate because if I'm drinking coffee, I'm probably not going to get to sleep after the game. As there's a pitch, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, moving over toward the foul line, and making the catch is Nishikawa. He's been a busy one here tonight. 4 of the 9 putouts have gone to his glove, and that is going to do it here for the Hawks in the 3rd inning. As this game is skipping along at a pretty good clip. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete innings. Your score is the Eagles, nothing, and the Hawks, nothing. Both of these 2 teams have not taken their Viagra because their offense is pretty impotent tonight. 1 hit through 3 for either of the 2 teams. We'll be right back after this.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in. Check them out. Leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I gotta go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the starter, and that is Yuto Mori, who is going to be ready for his 4th inning of work. Our friend Ben Roberts says they might want to go see a doctor, as their offense has been impotent all season. The Eagles, absolutely. You look at the lineup that they've rolled out here tonight, and the top batting average in the lineup is Hirota Kobakata. He's hitting .274, and he's batting 8th. But there is nobody else above .250 entering the lineup tonight, as that was Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So a lot of ugly numbers here for the Golden Eagles early on. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Hiroki Shimochi. Shimochi 0 for 1 tonight. He popped out to the first baseman his first time up. As Mori ready to go back to work again as he holds in the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be hammered through the 6 hole. Shimochi goes the other way for a base hit. It's the 2nd hit of the game for the Golden Eagles, as he is aboard here to lead off the 4th inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. And one would think that Asamura nor Franco would be bunting in this situation, probably swinging the bat here. I'm not really sure that I like the way that the Golden Eagles are stacking up this year. In fact, I'm not sure I like the way the Golden Eagles played after that big, huge winning streak last year. It's been more of the same this year. There's a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Asamura hit his 3rd homer of the night last night. I saw something earlier today. I found it staggering, and it had to do with the Oryx Buffaloes last night. The Oryx Buffaloes apparently had not hit back-to-back home runs in something like 20-some-odd years. And I had to do a double take on that, as there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. It's going to get off the wall as it's over the head of the left fielder. And rounding first and heading to second with a double is Asamura. Stopping at third is going to be Shimochi. And the Eagles are flapping their wings here as they've got runners at second and third and nobody out. That's going to bring up Mikael Franco. Just going to finish my thought on that. They said it was the first time the Buffaloes have hit back-to-back homers in 25 years. But it was the first time since 1964 that they hit back-to-back home runs and lost a game. And that was 59 years ago. That's absolutely crazy. Well, both these two hitters in the ball game last night went back-to-back, Shimouchi and Asamura. So to see that statistic, or at least to see that information, to me was staggering. Well, Mikael Franco steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to short on the first pitch you saw. His average has dipped to 194 after a strong start. And the pitch from Mori on the way. It's a fastball. It catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Franco. Franco has 2 homers and 6 RBIs. He made a very good impression opening night at Escon Field in Hokkaido as he had hit a home run in that ball game. But he's only had one since. So here comes the 0-1 offering from Mori. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned, we're going to more than likely be back on the air again tomorrow night. We'll have to catch up to see who we're going to call in that one. A little undecided at the moment, but we will be making a call for sure. And here comes the offering from Mori. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. And the response by Mikael Franco, he didn't like that call as he did a 180 and walked out of the batter's box, but 1-2 it is. Leaning toward tomorrow night, the Oryx Buffaloes and the Chibalote Marines. That would be a battle of the two teams up at the top of the standings, and one would have to think we may see Roki Sasaki in that one. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Franco. Not sure who we would get for the Buffaloes. I don't know if it would be the rematch between Yamamoto and Sasaki, but that would be the game we're leaning toward. And if we do that, when we're probably going to stay with that series, do the Friday night or the Saturday game in Japan time as well. I would go off at 10 o'clock Pacific here. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Mori ready to go back to work again as he holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line. It's going to get into the temporary seating where the fans have to wear those helmets. So 2-2 it is. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, yeah, no pun intended. I know you saw LA go back-to-back the other day. Yeah, and certainly last night. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Mori delivers. It is a breaking ball that is a great block by Takuya Kai. It's going to run the count to 3-2 on Franco. Kai earning his money here tonight. Exciting ball game we have on our hands here. As the Eagles are threatening here in their half of the 4th inning. So Mikael Franco has got a 3-2 count here on him, and the offering from Mori is ready to come. And the 3-2 pitch on the way as he kicks and delivers. It's a split-figure pitch, swung on and missed. And Franco goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Takeru Okajima. And how mad is Mikael Franco? He snaps the bat right in half as he walks back to the dugout. He'd hit his best impersonation of Bo Jackson back in the day. He was ticked. Actually, he gave that one looked like he got it started by slamming it to the ground and finished it off with a drop over his knee. That bat is going to be retired. He is absolutely ticked off. Friend Ben Roberts says they've got Sasaki listed against Yamazaki tomorrow. Even still, that is not a bad option as well, Sasaki. So one gone here with runners at second and third, and Okajima, who had a base hit his first time up, hitting here. The infield has drawn in this time. The first pitch is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. They did have the infield back a moment ago when Franco was up. Looked like they were trading runs for the out, but now with Okajima at the plate, they're going to try to snuff it off here at the dish. Interesting why they would do that now and not with Franco at the plate. So no balls and one strike as the right-hander leans in and he gets his sign from Takuya Kai. Mori works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a split-finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and two strikes to Okajima. We're going to have to call to our bullpen and see if we get another hot chocolate going in between innings. Keep our throat from going too hoarse on everybody. So no balls and two strikes as Okajima digs himself back in. He's ready here on the offering from the right-hander Mori. And here comes the offering. It is a split-finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-2. Ben Roberts says it's going to be Tanaka against Imai for the Golden Eagles and the Lions game. That also would be an interesting ball game to watch. Both of those pitchers are having a solid start to their seasons. Yeah, some tasty Friday pitching matchups for sure. First game of the weekend, and time to get some bums in the seats. As the 1-2 is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over the third. They've got Shimauchi hung up between third and home as he is taken off. They give the ball to Takuya Kai, who runs him back. And that is a poor piece of base running again on that end. Shimauchi couldn't stay in the rundown, and Okajima could not get to second. So Okajima hit the ball on the ground hard over to the third baseman. They ended up getting Shimauchi hung up between third and home. They had the rundown. Asamura got all the way over to third. That's going to go in the books as a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Shimauchi 5-2 for the second out of the inning. And that's going to put runners at the corners. And this is what we're talking about with the Golden Eagles. They're going to squander an opportunity here. Runners at second and third and nobody out. And they can't cash anybody in. That's going to bring up to the plate Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Well, for Yamazaki, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He lined out to right field his first time up. Hit the ball right on the screws to Shumasuda. Our friend Ben Roberts says face palm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they might have had a contact play on. I mean, for all we know, with one out, they said, hey, go on contact. But Shimauchi got himself into trouble, and he couldn't stay in the rundown long enough to get that runner over to second base. There's a fastball that misses outside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Well, maybe the Golden Eagles should wear their version of the Major League City Connect uniforms. You have this red uniform with some green and white in it. Kind of looks like they called the Colorado Rockies for a fashion statement on it. But that's not what they're wearing tonight, but maybe they ought to consider to wear that more often. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Yamazaki. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning. Runner at third is Asamura. The runner at first is Okajima. Eagles have threatened here, but have not been able to cash in. Our friend Shotgun Shell says he is ice cold today, meaning he probably took the Golden Eagles in this one. So here comes the 2-0 offering as the right-hander Mori kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses outside. Runs the count to 3-0 on Yamazaki. The catcher Yuma Yasuda waits his turn on deck. So 3 balls and no strikes to Yamazaki. He's waiting here on the offering from Mori. This game had a really good clip to it through the first 3 innings. We hit the 4th inning here, and Mori has slowed down quite a bit. Here comes pitch number 66 of the ball game. It's on the way, and it's a fastball that misses outside. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases as Yamazaki heads to first. Okajima heads over to second, and Asamura is still at third. With 2 gone here, that's going to bring Yuma Yasuda to the plate. But it's also going to bring the infield in to have a chat here with the pitcher Mori. As Takuya Kai is engineering the defense here and talking over the situation. So Takuya Kai, he's like having an extra coach on the field. I'm curious to see in another 10 or 15 years if he's going to be a manager in the NPB. A lot of ex-catchers make good managers or something along those lines, but I would not be surprised if he is on somebody's radar to be able to be a manager at some point after his career is done. So bases are full of Eagles here with 2 gone. And Yuma Yasuda here at the dish. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. Average has dipped to 231. As Mori holds set and now delivers. It's a split finger pitch, misses down. A good block there by Kai. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. Also curious to see what kind of leash they have Mori on in this one. In his 3 starts, he averaged almost 6 1/3 innings down on the farm before he came up here tonight. If he gets through this here, will he roll another inning? I would think so. I don't know what his pitch count is for the NPB as we haven't seen him start yet. There's a breaking ball that just misses. I'm not sure where that pitch missed. That looked pretty good. It's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. So now he's going to have to give Yasuda something that he can hit. I don't know where that pitch was. It certainly looked good on the in-out. I don't know about the up-down. Up-down looked like it could have been okay too. So here comes the 2-0 pitch as Mori kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. That looked like it was in about the exact same location. I wish I had the opportunity to do an overlay from that last pitch to this pitch. Boy, I don't know if I'm Tomoya Mori. I'm ticked. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Done a pretty good job to keep his composure. And the visiting fans from Tohoku are cheering their fans on. Yeah, Ben Roberts said that last pitch looked more like a ball. I thought the one before looked pretty good. That pitch there looked like it was a bit up and out. As the 2-1 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count now goes to 2-2. Even if you look at their pitch track shows that it may have been a strike as well. That's their version of the Hawkeye. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Had a fella that was on the Quest Tech crew a number of years ago when they tried doing the Quest Tech. It was the umpire evaluation system, the balls and strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, is grounded softly over to second. Fielded by the second baseman, Mori on the run, and he flips it underhand to first. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here as they are able to get themselves out of it. Oh boy, the Eagles are going to lament this one as they squandered opportunities. A leadoff single by Shimouchi and a double by Asamura had runners at second and third with nobody out, and they couldn't cash in a run. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left the board here in the top of the fourth. Your score is the Hawks nothing and the Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom of the fourth inning in just a moment. We appreciate you guys for checking in with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Ben Roberts says, I believe they started automatic balls and strikes in AAA this month. Curious to see how that's going to work out. During weekday games, umpires get the calls relayed to them. It'll be interesting to see how that is going to shape up at the AAA level. I saw it last year in the minor leagues, and I have a feeling we're probably a year or two away at the major league level if they can get that one done up right. Well, we'll see what happens. Interesting how this game has changed quite a bit. Well, that's going to bring up the top of the order here for the Hawks in their half of the fourth inning. That's going to be Momori, Nakamura, and Kondo. And the first pitch is going to be on the way, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Momori. Momori tonight 0 for 1 as he grounded to the second baseman his first time up. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. Out now. And I don't know what happened here, but ended up for some reason or somehow Siri is talking to me. So we're going to have to go to our other feed here. Oh, yes, we have lost our feed. So hang with us, everybody, as Masaki Momori looks like he has flown out to right field for the first out of the inning. So one away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. Interesting. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Siri started to start talking to us. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and into Nakamura for ball one. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. If you guys are ever up this way and you're ever interested, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. Just going to put a link in the chat here. You guys can check it out at your leisure. I want to try to get a good view of this for you before I put it in the chat. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes it is. And Here comes the pitch to Nakamura. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly over to third. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws on the run. And that's going to retire Nakamura on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That is 11 up and 11 down for the Hawks so far in this one. That's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. Just put a link into the chat for something for you guys to take a look at. Going to try to do that next week. Or maybe the week after, depending on the weather. Ever get a chance, check that link out that I just put in there. There's a first pitch fastball swung on. This is belted down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul. Count is 0-1 to Kondo. Fred Ben Roberts says the pitch clock might end up actually being a job security for the umpires. Yeah, it could be. If they're not calling balls and strikes, they don't really need to be there. Well, the only thing they're going to need to do is they're going to need to have somebody covering the plate for safes and outs. One would have to think. As there's a fastball that misses up, and the count is now 1-1 to Kondo. I don't know what that opportunity would be. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Kondo here waiting on the offering from the right-hander. Takanaka, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander ready to go again as Kondo is digging in. And the pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Kensuke Kondo. As we take a peek at the out-of-town scores, it's now 4-0 for the Swallows. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-2. 8-0 now for the Tigers over the Giants. That's in the top of the 4th inning. The Tigers are laying the wood to the Giants. And 0-0 here, just as it is at the Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadia between the Dragons and the Carp. And here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a slow breaking ball that just misses inside. Takanaka was bouncing off the mound like it was strike 3. He was ready to head back to the dugout, but that's going to be the first base runner allowed tonight by the Golden Eagles. Got to tell you, the umpire tonight, in my opinion, he's not been the most consistent. And I have to say, that pitch looked too good. And the way that the right-hander Takanaka has been around the zone the whole night, you would have thought he might have got that call, but not so here. As the home plate umpire has allowed that walk to take place. That's the first base runner of the game for the Hawks. And now you watch what happens. Here comes Yuki Yanagita to the plate. I wouldn't blink an eye to see a ball to be deposited into the seats. The next thing you know, the Hawks will be up with a 2-0 lead. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. Yanagita has that capability to run into a baseball. Our friend Shotgun Shell says Yosemite is about 2 hours from him. That's a beautiful park. As there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Yanagita. Ben also says it's quite the climb. Yeah, it's a granite rock face. There's actually 3 peaks to it. I've done the first 2. I haven't done the third one. So I got a friend of mine, her and I were going to pick a day and we're going to get up there. And hopefully the weather will be good. We're supposed to start getting some nice weather kicking off on Friday. As there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count now is 1-2. Looks like we're going to have mid-70 degree temperatures. Temperatures have been 40s and 50s and rainy and whatever else. Looks like 75 and sunshine. You got to like that. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As Yanagita is waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Takanaka, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses low and away. The count now goes to 2-2. And when you get up to the first peak, as you're crawling up to the top of the rock face, they actually have a chain that you got to use to kind of pull yourself up. So I don't know how many more of those hikes I'm going to have left in me. I would think over the next 10 or 15 years, maybe a couple times a year after that. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is grounded. It's going to get through the 4-hole into right field. Rounding second and headed all the way over to third is Kondo, and that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 out. So just as we said, base hit there by Yanagita, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, I rock climb. No, not really. I mean, there's some ruggedness to there, and you have to get up the side of the mountain. There is, I call it some cheating, as they've put in some places where you can actually, I don't know what to call it, scale the mountainside with the, they've put in, I don't know how you want to call it. There's been some steel piping that's allowed so that you can grab onto something as you get your way up, but mountain climbing or rock climbing is not in my psyche. And Ben says there's a trail up the mountain. Oh yeah, it's a trail, all right. It's like straight up. So runners at the corners, as it is Kurihara at the plate here. He flew up to left field his first time up. As Takanaka ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. This has a very eerie feeling of last night. It was, in fact, it was in the fourth inning of last night's game, or third inning of last night's game, where the Hawks did their damage. Here we are in the fourth inning, and all with 2 out. That base on ball to Kondo, and then the base hit by Yanagita, and the next thing you know is they got a jackpot on their hands here. And here comes the 0-1 offering to Kurihara, and it's a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-1. And then when you think about it, that's an extra 13 pitches, or at least in the case of Yanagita, an extra 7 more pitches, 5 to Yanagita and 2 to Kurihara, added to the pitch count of Takanaka. A breaking ball that misses inside. It squirts away from the catcher, Yasuda. It's going to run the count to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Could just see this game unraveling for the Eagles right about now. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As Kurihara waits here on the offering from Takanaka, who holds at the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Kurihara didn't go, and that runs the count to 3-1. Maybe I'll be off by 1 batter. I did a hike one time down south of Cleveland. I think it was in the Cuyahoga mountain range. I'd have to look it up. That was quite the hike. Here comes the 3-1. It is a fastball that misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. Kurihara is going to get himself a walk, and that's going to load the bases. As it's going to be Taisi Makihara coming to the plate, but it's going to bring out the pitching coach for the Golden Eagles. Kondo, the runner at third. Yanagita, the runner at second. Kurihara, the runner at first. All the manager Ishii could do is sit there and chew his bubblegum. So bases are full of Hawks here with 2 out. Ben says Cuyahoga Valley National Park, probably. I think you're absolutely correct. Took the day, drove down there and hiked around some beautiful trails. So bases are full of Hawks. With 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Makihara stepping to the plate. Makihara 0 for 1 tonight, but he has been one of the better hitters in the lineup for the Hawks. He entered tonight's ball game hitting .309. Our friend the hobbyist is in the house here. Welcome. As here we go. We got the bases are full of Hawks. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The right-hander Takanaka ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to the second baseman Asamura. He flips it to first, and the Eagles have got themselves out of a jam. It's a ground out 4-3 to end the inning. That will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 4th. Well, nobody really wants to take the lead in this game, despite the opportunities that they have. There was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left aboard. We are now through 4 complete innings. Your score is the Golden Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for stopping in here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. He's got all kinds of crazy things on his channel, and it is always something new. We missed the hot sauce. If you got a chance, he was doing football picks in the NFL this year, and he would give his hot sauce pick of the week. And if he got it wrong, every week he would add to the potency of the hot sauce. And so that was his shtick for this past year. He's going to do it again this year, but I don't think the hot sauce is going to make a reoccurrence. As there is a first pitch breaking ball that catches the outside corner to Hiroto Kobakata. The count is 0-1. Kobakata, Tatsumi, and Nishikawa here to face the right-hander Mori, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-2. Kobakata tonight 0-for-1 as he struck out looking his first time up. Bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mori. As Mori leans in and gets his sign from his catcher, Kai. He works to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. And again, that pitch looked pretty good, but the home plate umpire did not give the call to Mori. Upon further review, maybe it was outside. I took a look at the way that the glove work of Kai was there. It probably was just a bit off. Here's the 1-2. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined. And what a leaping grab by the second baseman, Momori. He climbs the ladder, is able to pull that one back down, and that is going to retire Kobakata for the first out of the inning. Kobakata hit that ball right on the screws, and that was right to the glove of the second baseman. Fantastic grab there by Momori. That is going to retire the Eagles batter for out number 1, and that'll bring up the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi, he is officially 0-for-1 tonight. He grounded to first his first time up. He takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. 76 pitches now for the starter Mori. He is working here in the 5th inning. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2 on Tatsumi. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander leans in. He gets his sign from his catcher, and now he works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit into center field. It's going to be a base hit for Tatsumi. It is going to be the fourth knock of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. So a one-out single, and it's going to bring up the top of the order in Haruki Nishikawa. Well, for Nishikawa tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and looking. So officially 0 for 2. But he's been a busy man defensively for the Golden Eagles tonight, as he has been able to make 4 putouts in the ball game thus far, including a beautiful catch where he had to run into the wall in left field in foul territory to come up with the ball. While Nishikawa's average has dropped to 188, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mori. As he works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nishikawa, as we said, is only got himself 16 at-bats on the season. Has had some time down in the farm club. Any type of offense would be welcomed at the top flight of the NPB for the Golden Eagles right about now. Curious to see what the status of Chris Gittins is. We haven't seen him yet this year. And there's a fastball that misses outside. Count goes even to 1-1. Gittins, of course, we were calling a game last year, and he swung at a pitch and dislocated his shoulder. He was out for quite a while. He was never quite the same guy and didn't end up playing through the season last year. And then he ended up coming back late. They gave him another opportunity this year, but we haven't seen him at the NPB level yet. So here's the 1-1 offering ready to come to Nishikawa, but instead they throw it over to first, and diving back in time is Tatsumi. They do have to keep an eye on Tatsumi because he can steal bases. He's got 5 already on the campaign. I would not bat an eye if he stole 35 bases this year. The only problem with Tatsumi is he's got to find enough times to get on to be able to steal. It is an Achilles heel for him, is getting on base. And that hit by Tatsumi, I would have to think his batting average is going to leapfrog. He entered the game tonight hitting 151. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Mori kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that is swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. It is slicing, but there's going to be room as Kondo is going to haul it in. And he fires it back in, and retreating back to first is Tatsumi. Nishikawa gone for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Hiroki Shimouchi. Well, for Shimouchi tonight, he is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up, but he was caught in a rundown between third and home for the second out of the inning. In that last half inning, it was either a contact play where he was going, or he made a bad decision. I'm not so sure that probably wasn't a contact play, especially in this type of ball game. It might be a one-run affair. You never know. But when you get that type of play, maybe you got to go. So here comes the first offering to Shimouchi. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. The count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, make a clothing statement and wear your batting gloves to grip the rope on your glove. Climb. Yeah, that would be it. The only problem is I haven't worn batting gloves in a few years. I just pick up the bat and let's go. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. But then I don't swing enough these days, only a little bit. Swung on the weekend. Only when I play against the kids. And still win. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the right-hander Mori leads in, and he gets his sign from his catcher Kai. Waggling the bat is the hitter Shimouchi. Here comes the 2-0. As Mori kicks and fires, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Shimouchi. Pitch looked pretty good. I don't know what Shimouchi was looking for there. He was zagging while Mori was zigging. So 2 balls and 1 strike. as the right-hander Mori ready to go back to work. He works himself to the set position. And instead he fires over to first base and sliding back as the base runner Tatsumi so still 2 balls and 1 strike to Shimauchi. As Mori leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Kai. He checks the runner at first, and he works to the set position. Here's the 2-1. And it's a breaking ball that is taken off to the races, goes Tatsumi, and he's going to get gunned down, caught stealing. And it looks like it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out the way the reaction. Actually, no, it's going to probably be the second strike to Shimauchi. But that is going to do it here, as that is going to be the third out of the inning. Caught stealing, 2-6. Shimauchi is going to come to bat to lead off the next inning, and that will do it as Tatsumi got posed at second base. No runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. And it looks like the trainer is out because he's going to be taking Tatsumi off. It looks like there's some blood coming from the player. We'll be back in just a couple moments. I'm sure there's going to be a few repairs. We'll be right back after this. Nothing a bloody nose can't do for him. We'll be right back after that. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you for listening in. Welcome back, everybody. We're probably going to have an extended little break here as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, as they're going to have to get some repairs done to Tatsumi. He is going to stay in the ball game as he slid into second base. Our friend Ben Roberts said he slid face first. Yeah, it was a head first dive, but the head was the one into the ground. He face planted about 3 feet from the base, and his head went right to the ground. That's going to be one of the worst slides I've seen. Well, it looked like he tripped, and then he put his hands down, and then he went face first right to the ground. Oh, boy, that's going to add insult to injury. But, yeah, he's leaking blood pretty good, so we'll probably have a little bit of a delay before he returns to the ball game, if he does. Our friend Shotgun Shell was getting a laugh out of it. He said about us beating the kids. Absolutely. Lots of fun in that one for sure. Play a little game off the machine as Tatsumi is now heading out into his center field position. Play a game off the machine where you get rewarded for your line drives up the middle and ground balls up the middle, hard hit balls, and so on and so forth. And everybody gets 7 swings in their round, and the most amount of points in a round, you get to win, and everybody else has to do either burpees or sit-ups or push-ups, whatever it is. And so kids will play against each other, and then I say, okay, I'm going to jump in. I haven't swung all day, and then usually I swing because I'm a left-handed stick, and the majority of the time when we play the game, it doesn't matter who we play, when we play, usually I win against 13 and 14, 15 and 16-year-olds. And then I say to them, okay, well, we're playing for sit-ups. Let's play for a round of whatever it is. And if I win right-handed, you guys, if I beat any of you guys right-handed, not my natural side, you guys have to do double the amount. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on it. Has popped up over on the first base side. Drifting over is Franco, but he's going to watch it go into the seats. And the count is quickly 0-1. It's Masuda, Imamiya, and Kai to come to bat here. Anyways, the other part to that story is that usually when I play them right-handed, and this is a new group of kids that I've got, they don't know that I can do it. So they always take me up on the bet. Hey, I'll go double or nothing if I beat you. oh yeah, let's do it. And of course, end up working the whole group over for a bunch of points, and they end up losing because that's just the way it is. There's a breaking ball that's delivered and it misses down, and the count is 1-1. But just having fun with them and getting a chance to relax and do it. And I always kid them. I say, come on, guys, you guys have swung for the last 90 minutes. You guys each got about 150 swings in, and I get up here, I haven't had a swing all day. What's going on? Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. But what it is it's the veteran brain. You know what to do. You know how to make the adjustments, especially off of the speed. And it's not like we're getting 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, but we are getting about 65 to 70 miles an hour, but at a short distance. It's actually a short cage, so you're getting that at about 48 feet. So it's going to feel like an 80-plus mile-an-hour fastball barreling in on you. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is here to Masuda. If he can get on, you kind of know it's going to be Kenta Imamiya coming up. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-2. And if Imamiya comes to bat with a runner on, you can pretty much be counting down that it's going to be a sacrifice bunt. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, yeah, it's just the way it is. It's money in the bank. But again, it's knowing how to make the adjustments and having a little bit of an approach where, young hitters, they don't know that. They're just learning that stuff now. They're trying to process it and figure it out. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Okajima. He's going to make the grab. That's going to retire Masuda for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Just going back to Ben Roberts there a minute ago, he said about the slow motion was brutal. Yeah, absolutely. Like his face was playing basketball off of the dirt. Well, Imamiya tonight 0 for 1. He flew out to right field his first time up. And the first pitch is delivered. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. We play with our kids. I have a philosophy that we impose, and that is in the month of April, we just play, all we throw is fastballs the whole month. Just trying to develop command and control of our pitches. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-0. Sometimes kids, they all want to get out there and do stuff, and I said, look, I got to find out how my defense works. My defense can play defense, let them hit the ball. Let's just throw fastballs, work on your command, work the inside, outside part of the corners of the plate. So 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away, and it hits the umpire and takes his mask right off. That ball was pulled off. There are 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Titus says, don't forget to smash or slash or Otani, strike the like button. We appreciate you there, Titus. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it is Okajima. And that is going to retire Imamiya for the second out of the inning. Our friend Ben Roberts says, do you have a preference for head first or feet first slide? Yeah, I make our kids go feet first into all the bases. And the reason for that is it's kind of like the Boston Red Sox, and from Double-A down a number of years ago imposed on all their players that from Double-A down they wanted their guys going feet first. It was kind of known as the Jacoby Ellsbury rule. And that was because you don't want your guys going head first into the plate or head first into third base or whatever it is. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped up behind a second. Moving over underneath it is Asamer. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here. I'll come back and give you my thoughts on the head first slide and the feet first slide in just a moment. That is going to do it here. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board for the Hawks. And their half of the fifth. That is going to be our proverbial Japanese halftime, as it is an extended stuff. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment. Your score, Hawks, 0, Eagles, 0. As we're moving to the top of the 6th, we're going to put the music on loop. We'll be back in just a few, as this is going to be the top of the 6th, but it'll take us a few minutes to get there. Welcome back, everybody, and we appreciate you for checking into us there tonight, Chris, as we're resuming the action here, as Hiroki Shimochi is coming to the plate. He was the batter at the plate when Ryosuke Tatsumi got thrown out stealing. So it is going to be Shimochi, Asamer, and Franco here to face the right-hander Mori, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. Our friend, the hobbyist, asked the question. He says, are the surnames first in Japanese culture? Possibly. I'm not sure if that is the case. I know I always read it, their first names first and their last names second. But sometimes I hear or I see that they have it flipped around. As there is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 2-1. Maybe that's because we have the English translations, but their last names are on the back of the jersey in the North American script, or our script anyways. I don't know if it's North American. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 2-2. Our friend Ben Roberts asked the question in the last half inning if we have a preference of head first versus feet first sliding. So I wanted to get back to that. Feet first into bases, head first back to bases. So in other words, when we get our leads off of first base, I do spaghetti our guys back as we sometimes get early in the season. And there's a fastball swung on it, is tapped softly back to the pitcher, Maury. He fields it and he underhand flips it to the first baseman. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 to retire Shimochi here. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. So to answer that question, yeah, I like our guys to go feet first into the bases, especially at home plate. At home plate, you never want anybody to go in with their head first because they can be sliding into the catcher with all the equipment that the catchers have, be sliding like into a brick wall. But we are definitely a feet first group and head first back into the bases. So if you round first base a little too far and you got to get back to the bag, we'll have you slide back head first. The only base that we don't go back head first, as that fastball misses down, is third base, because if you have your player working at third base, what will happen is you come down in foul and you come back in fair, and you hope if the catcher throws down to third, you don't want to give him a clear path. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. You'd rather get drilled in the back and have that ball deflect off down the line somewhere. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Asamura. As Maury here is ready to go back to work again. The 1-1 on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2 on Asamura. Asamura is 1 for 2 in this one. He's got a double in his 2 trips. And he was a part of that potential rally in the 4th inning that ended up going sideways. As the 1-2 is on the way, it's a split figure pitch swung on and missed. Asamura is going to be down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the first baseman, Mikael Franco. Well, for Franco, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded to short and struck out in his 2 trips. He's also destroyed 1 bat. As he was utterly frustrated in his last at bat, he snapped the bat, and then I don't know if it was because he had slammed it to the ground or if it was because he broke it over the knee. Either way, that was the upset Mikael Franco. And there's a first pitch fastball swung on it. Has popped up on the infield. Moving over underneath it is the third baseman, and it's going to be brought in by Kurihara. And that is going to do it. That's a very quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 6th inning. And Maury, and his first start of the season, has been absolutely outstanding. I wonder if his night's going to be done. They're going to let him go into the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th. Your score is the Hawks 0 and the Eagles 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few minutes. But by the look of it, it looks like his night might be done. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. I would assume that Maury's night is probably going to be over at 95 pitches, the way that things are going on in the dugout. The pitching coach had come over to talk to him, which is probably not always the case. That is, his night is finished. It's going to be the top of the order. It's going to be Momori, Nakamura, and Kondo to face the right-hander Takanaka, who is on for his 6th inning work. as we are ready to go here. Only 70 pitches, though, for Takanaka thus far. And he first pitches a fastball that misses down for ball one. The count is 0 or 1 ball and no strikes. Mamori 0 for 6 on the early going this year. Yet to get his first hit. He's 0 for 2 tonight with the ground out to second and the line out to right field. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit down the left field line, racing over and making the catch as he slams into the wall. It's the second time tonight Nishikawa has had to do it. Oh boy, what a great job by the Tohoku left fielder. He ran hard. He ran out of real estate right down that left field line, as there is not much room there. When you're about 30 feet, I would say there's probably about 6 feet from the foul line to the fence. And he was running full speed, and he makes the grab, able to hang on. That's going to be his 5th putout of the night. That's a busy night for a left fielder. That might be a week's worth of work in some capacities, but that is where he is at tonight. 5 putouts for Nishikawa. And here's the first offering delivered to Nakamura. It's a breaking ball that misses up, but the count is 1-0. The way this game is going, I'm preparing here for the full 12-inning onslaught. Nobody seems to want to score a run. And here comes the 1-0. As it's on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Curious to see how this game will play out, as we have the games that are going around the NPB. There's a breaking ball that misses down. It looks like the Bay Stars have come all the way back. They've taken a 5-4 lead now over the Swallows. Swallows had a 4-0 lead at one point. Now it's 5-4. The Tigers are up 8-0 on the Giants. Dragons are up 1-0 on the Carp. This game is locked at zeros here. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The game at the Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium between the Dragons and the Carp. Lots of action there. There's a fastball swung on. This is line foul down the right field line. And that is going to run the count now to 3-2 to Nakamura. Well, the Carp have something going in the bottom half of the 7th. They've got a runner on and nobody out. So I'm going to have to think they're going to try to get something going here. They're down by a run. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. As it's on its way, it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. Fielded to his glove side by Yamazaki. He throws from his backside, but they're not going to be able to get Nakamura. It's going to be an infield single. Nakamura has got himself a hit, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Kazuki Kondo. As quick as last night's game was, it was about 2.5 hours. This game here is not going to meet that. I thought we were off to a good start with the first 3 innings, but ever since the 3rd inning, this game has slowed right down. Well, Kondo comes to the plate with the runner at first and 1 gone. Kondo officially 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to second his first time up, and he walked back in the 4th inning. Right-hander against the left-hander as the righty Takanaka delivers a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Takanaka ready to go back to work again as Kondo digs in. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Our friend Ben Roberts, as I look back up, he asked about spikes up. No, we want to keep the spikes down. We had an incident in the ball game tonight. We were playing with our kids, and we hit the other team hit a pop-up in the infield. Our second baseman was coming over underneath it, and somebody on their dugout was yelling, "Drop it, drop it." And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the left field line. It's going to run the count to 1-2, and the base umpire basically warned the kid that they do that again. They were going to run them out of the ball game, and they told the coach that get the control of their bench. It's pretty much a bush league play. You don't do that sort of stuff at the youth level, and if you do, then you start taking care of it. We'll have to teach our guys how to take care of those situations, find out who the guy is, and you dot him eventually. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. You certainly don't want kids dotting kids, but at some point in time, you're going to have to send a message the other way. You have to let the team know that that's not acceptable. So the umpires do their jobs, and we'll do ours, but we don't have to pursue it any further as long as the officials are keeping that in their check. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the line in left field. This ball's got to get down. It's into the corner. Nishikawa fields it on 1 hop off the wall. Cruising into third is going to be Nakamura. And making it into second safely is Kondo with a double. That's going to put runners at second and third with 1 gone, and it's going to bring Yuki Yanagita to the plate. Well, Nishikawa couldn't catch up to that one. He's been a busy guy tonight, but he couldn't run that one down. That ball was slicing away from him. Kondo put quite the charge in it as it short hopped the fence in the left field corner, and it came right back to Nishikawa. Well, Yuki Yanagita comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in 2 trips. But that looks like it's going to be the end of the rope here for the starter, or is it Ishii? Is Ishii coming out? He is out, but yep, that looks like it's going to do it. And we're going to see the end of the night here for the right-hander Takanaka. His day is over. We're going to have a pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Our friend Shotgun Shell's got a way to take care of the batters, and that's one of the ways I like to do it too. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Sho Suzuki, who is coming onto the mound here to take over. And he is going to be facing Yuki Yanagita, the left-handed hitting designated hitter for the Hawks. 11 ball games already this year for Suzuki. He's got a 1-0 record. He's worked 9 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits. He's walked 6 and struck out 9. He's given up 4 runs, all of which have been earned, and he's got a 386 earned run average. Sho Suzuki on the hill here in relief of Takanaka. And so our friend Shotgun Shell says, obviously you want to take care of it and drop the guys when you can. Well, unfortunately, you got to teach some lessons sometimes. And depending upon who the guy was who's shooting his mouth off, yeah, you might not want to go after that guy. You might want to take their best guy down. Well, it depends on who you perceive as their best guy. And we would consider doing something like that too. I can remember one time when we were playing in a weekend series against College of Idaho, and they had hit about 7 or 8 of our batters in the series. And we had told our pitchers just to temper down because we were trying to win the Cascade Cal-Pac Conference Championship. And so the next year we played College of Idaho, and they had I think it was a guy named Garza who was their top guy. He was an outfielder. He was 90 plus miles an hour from the outfield. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Yanagita. Anyways, we drilled Garza with the first pitch. He gets to first base, and we said the message to him, and it's, stop hitting our guys or we're going to continue to hit you. He had to go back to the dugout and let his coach know what the message was, as there's a fastball that swung on and grounded foul, and that's going to run the count to 1-1 on Yanagita. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, have your reliever warm and ready. And immediately jog out to the mound, have a second dot has been confirmed. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As opposed to getting the bullpen up and ready to get going. So here comes the 1-1. As the lefty holds set. And now it delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yanagita. Shotgun Shell says the 13-year-old in a 12 and under league. There you go. It was funny. We were playing tonight. We had kids that are grade 8s, 9s, and 10s playing against some guys that were going into first year university against grade 11, 12s, and guys that were beyond. We lost, but we held our own pretty good. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count's 2-2. We had a offensive output tonight. We put out 8 runs on the board, but we gave up more than we scored. But doing that against an older group of kids, 2 or 3 years' time, our kids are going to be pretty good playing against that age level. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is, as the lefty Suzuki ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Nice stop there by the catcher, Yasuda. That ball almost got away. That's going to run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Yanagita. It was a good stop. I don't know if I liked the block, but he was able to keep it in front. It bounced up and ended up hitting the batter in the batter's box. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is to Yanagita. Ryota Kurihara waits his turn on deck. The crowd is cheering. There are no robot cheerleaders or robot fans in the stands any longer. As the 3-2 is ready to come on the way to Yanagita. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases. The bases again are full of Hawks here. This is the second time in 3 innings they have loaded the bases. This time they've done it with 1 out. Ryoya Kurihara striding to the plate. Well, for Kurihara in this one here, he is officially 0 for 1. He's also had a base on balls. Well, Suzuki has got his work cut out for him. 2 of the 3 runners belong to the starter, Takanaka. They're in double play depth up the middle. They've got the corners in. Hawks are looking to score some runs for their starter, Ito Mori. And here comes the first offering from Suzuki. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses low for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Kurihara's got himself into a good hitter's count right away here. Crowd is into it now. They've got their chants going. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. Kurihara waiting here on the offering from the lefty Suzuki, who kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate, and the count is going to be even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd is in good form and in good voice here tonight. as they are cheering their home club on. As the lefty Suzuki ready to go. He holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 2-1. Our friend Louis in the house tonight, and we welcome you to the stream, Louis. He says the best thing about the NPB, in his opinion, is the fans cheering for both the home and away teams. Always a blast when things get tense. Absolutely. You know, that's the close proximity of the country. I mean, obviously, Tohoku and Fukuoka are at opposite ends, but within a 1-hour plane ride or 90-minute plane ride, you could be at one end to the other. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. This ball could be trouble. If this ball stays fair and it's going to be gone, it's a home run, and a grand slam home run it is for Ryoya Kurihara. He's going to clear the bases, and that is going to put the Hawks out in front 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. You could just see it coming. It was building and building and building and building and building. And Kurihara has just hit his 4th homer of the year, a grand slam that is going to clear the bases of all the Hawks runners. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Taisi Makihara. Yeah, you could just see it coming. It was just over and over and over and over again. And finally, that's going to break the deadlock here. A 4-0 lead now for the Hawks here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Well, Makihara comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. That is going to loom large, that 4 spot here. There's a pitch on the way, and it is a swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. Well, just as the Bay Stars took the lead, the Swallows have come back and tied it at 5. That's in the top of the 7th inning. 9-0 now for the Tigers over the Giants. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is line foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 1-2 to Makihara. 1-0 in the top of the 8th for the Dragons over the Carp, and 4-0 here now for the Hawks over the Eagles. So here comes the 0-2 to Makihara. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. That was my concern in this now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped softly over to third. Fielded by Kobakata. It's offline, and it gets away from Franco. Backing up the play is the catcher, Yasuda. And that is going to be an error on the third baseman. He had the hurry, did Kobakata, but he threw that ball away. I don't know if I like Kobakata playing third base. I know they want to get his bat in the lineup. But to me, he is a better shortstop, maybe even a second baseman, than he is a third baseman. And that ball was thrown into the runner. It's an E5. And we're going to have a moment here as it looks like it is going to be Makihara is going to come out. They're going to have a look at him. That's the one thing that bothers me. The player gets hit with the ball and they take him off the field and they go down into the tunnel. That's the one thing that's different in Japanese baseball. Either get the green spray paint out, paint them, and keep playing over top of them, or let's keep going, period. But I don't know why they want to take him in behind the scenes to have a look at him. And he got plugged on that throw, that's for sure. All right, hang tight, everybody. We got a little pause in the action here, and we're going to come back in 30 seconds as they're taking a look at the base runner. Hold tight. Your score is 4-0. We'll update everything for you here. Well, it looks like it's a little more serious than we thought. We are going to have a pinch runner. It looks like it is going to be Yukio Shudo coming in to run for the center fielder Taisi Makihara. And his night is going to be done as he got hit by that overthrow. So Yukio Shudo in to run, and I'm sure he's going to stay in the ball game and play center field. So Shudo on here. And that is going to bring up the right fielder Shu Masuda. Masuda tonight 0 for 2. He is grounded to the pitcher, and he has flown to right in his 2 trips to the plate. And the offering here from the lefty Suzuki as he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. The leadoff hitter Minamori was retired to start the inning, and 5 consecutive Hawks have reached base ever since. And they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is Shudo. Shudo has 1 foot on the turf and 1 foot on the grass. He is a threat to run. He's got some electric speed. He's almost got 2 feet on the grass. He is out that far. And again, they throw over to first, and again, coming back in time is the base runner Shudo. Four nothing lead here for the Hawks as they've got all their runs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. Suzuki struggling to get command of his pitches. Shudo again establishes his lead. Keep an eye here. Wonder if he'll go on the first move. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Masuda. Every day is a great day for baseball, but you got to like this action here. 4-0 for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Masuda. The runner at first is Yukio Shudo. And the 3-0 is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. Kenta Imamiya waits his turn on deck. Our friend Louis asked the question, which grounds are you getting to? Shotwell's not the one who's in Japan. It would be Andy Altman-Orr who's been with us. When he's been listening, there's a fastball that's taken for a ball upstairs. They throw down to second, and it's in time. Shudo is going to be gunned down. He's going to see if they're going to take a look at this or not. We're going to get a look at the replay, and if they're challenging this, I think they are. We're going to see if they got Shudo or not. At first glance, I thought he got in there safely, but maybe not. We'll have to wait and see here. And the manager, Ishii, is on his way out to the mound, and it looks like we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. That's going to be the end of the night for sorry about that, everybody. We lost you there as our Chrome ended up going down. They're going to have runners at first and second. as Masuda is at first and Shudo is, I think he's going to be at second. Not sure what happened over there. It looks like it was ball 4 to Masuda. They had the runner on the move. They called him out at second base, but in actuality, he was safe because it ended up being ball 4. Kenta Imamiya is going to be coming to the plate, but we're going to have a pitching change as Suzuki's night is over. We're just going to take a 30-second break, and we'll get you that change in just a moment. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Thanks for hanging in here with us. Slight technical delay. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tomohiro and Raku, who's on in relief here of Suzuki. This is the third pitcher used. He delivers a fastball. It's hit over to the shortstop. Yamazaki goes to second for 1. And back to first. It's going to be a double play. And Raku comes in and throws 1 pitch. And he rolls himself a double play here. That's going to be of the 6-4-3 variety. Well, there was damage and lots of it here in this inning as the Hawks get themselves 4 runs in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was an error, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Hawks 4 and the Eagles no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments to carry on with this after this. Appreciate you for hanging in here with us tonight.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Appreciate you there, everybody, and also to our friend Eric Fox of the channel. And it is going to be coming up to bat for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It'll be Takiro Okajima, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, and Yuma Yasuda. That means the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat. And we are going to have a pitching change as the night is going to be over for Mori. They are going to the bullpen, and it's going to be a left-hander coming into the game. We'll get you the specs on him in just a moment. It looks like it's going to be Shinya Kayama as he is coming in here in relief. Kayama has worked in 7 ball games this year. He has no record to speak of yet. He's only pitched 3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, walked 2 and struck out 3, and he's got an ERA of 0. So the lefty is coming in relief, as he is 33 years old, 34 after the season, and he is pretty much a situational lefty these days. He has 1 career save to his name, so Shin Kayama on in relief. First offering here is on its way, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Okajima. So no balls and 1 strike it is as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to first. Fielded by Nakamura. He underhand flips it to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out. 3-1 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Well, for Yamazaki, Yamazaki is 0 for 1. He also walked. Our friend Louis said, I thought the 100 days meant that he was on the way. 100 days is, for me, actually, about that, like the days away. As there's a first pitch fastball that has come inside and has hit Yamazaki. He's going to get awarded first base. So that is a hit by pitch. Caught him on the elbow. And that is going to put him on at first. And that's going to bring Yuma Yasuda to the plate. Well, for Yasuda, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out and grounded out to second base in his 2 trips to the plate. But it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for him. It looks like it's going to be Ito coming in to pinch hit. He played in last night's ball game. He is 4 for 21 on the season. So Ito on to pinch hit for Yasuda. He was 0 for 2 and a walk in last night's affair. So here we go. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Yukiya Ito here on as a pinch hitter. As the lefty works to the set and now delivers, there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Appreciate everybody who's listening in tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always great to have everybody in here. Had quite a bit of delay listeners yesterday into the stream, into the game. It's always good to see. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes it is here to Ito. The runner at first is Yamazaki. There's 1 gone here in the top of the 7th inning. Shinya Kayama ready to go back to work. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded down the third baseline. What a great play by Kuriyama, but he's not going to be able to make the throw from his knees, as that is going to be a infield single for Ito. He scorched that ball just for him to be able to dive and to get to the ball. He came up and he fired it across the infield. As we said, ball ended up throwing it from his knees and ended up being a 2-hopper over to the first baseman Nakamura. Ito is safe at first with that infield hit. That's going to advance Yamazaki to second. That's going to bring up Hirota Kobakata to the plate. So Kayama's still got a couple of more lefties to face. So here comes the first offering to Kobakata. And it is a fastball that pours in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kobakata tonight 0 for 2. He has struck out looking and lined to the second baseman in his 2 trips to the plate. We take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard. The Carp have cut into the Dragons' lead. It's 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. They're looking to try to tie that game up. They're starting to run out of time. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. That is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Looks like they got a runner at third with 1 gone, as they are trying to score another run. There's a fastball swung on a grounded foul past the bag at first base, and the count remains 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Friend Louis says he'll have a blast. He was over at the end of March Got to see the Marines game this time. I may have done that one on opening weekend. I did the opener, certainly the game between the Eagles and the Fighters. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-2 to Kobakata. I'm going to try to get to 10 of the 12 stadiums. The only ones I won't get to will be in the Sapporo region of the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. I won't see those two, but everybody else is in play. The first week I'll be in the Tokyo area. I think 8 nights in Tokyo, and we'll try to get to the 5 stadiums there for sure. Maybe even Nagoya as well. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tap foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 1-2 strikes to Kobakata. And then from there, the second week, obviously the 2 stadiums in Osaka, go see the Carp. Also Fukuoka. And I'm missing somebody else off the top of my head. But looking forward to all that stuff. Hiroshima, Fukuoka, and the 2 clubs. Yeah, so probably 6 stadiums the first week. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kiyama is working a lot here tonight. Eagle fans are supporting their team. They got their scarves out, their jerseys on. And here comes the 2-2 to Kobakata. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And Kobakata goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 away here, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi, he is a single in 2 trips tonight, but he also has that face plant at second base where he bloodied himself up when he was caught stealing back in the 5th inning. So he is the batter here with 2 gone and 2 on. Base hit here would more than likely score 1 run. Extra base hit would probably get you 2. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the first base side. That's going to put the count at no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Tatsumi. Waggles the bat from the left side here, waiting on the offering from the lefty. Holds set at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that's just going to miss low for a ball, and the count goes even to 1-1. So Kayama all around the zone, but the umpire not giving it to him. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The passion of the fans behind their team is second to none. That is for sure in Japanese baseball. So here comes the 1-1 as Kayama kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung. This ball is belted to deep right field. This ball is going to be trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run for Tatsumi. They have cut the lead to 4-3 as that ball got out in an absolute hurry. We got ourselves a heck of a ball game here in Fukuoka. Yamazaki is going to cross the plate. Ito crosses the plate. And the home run hitter Tatsumi has crossed the plate. That's his 2nd of the year. A 3-run shot has cut the lead to 4-3. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Haruki Nishikawa. So don't go away yet, everybody. We got ourselves a heck of a ball game now. Our friend Louis says, hopefully a few vlogs. Yeah, we're definitely going to be vlogging a lot. And Tatsumi, who is kind of worse for where he's got on his lip, on his nose, on his forehead. He's got all the patchwork done from that faceplant. So 4-3 is now the scoreline here in the top of the 7th inning, and that is going to do it. It looks like for the pitcher. Manager Fujimoto is onto the mound, and we're going to have a little timeout here. We're going to be making a pitching change, as it looks like it is going to be Simatani coming in to hit for Nishikawa, and we'll be back in just a couple moments as we do have a relief pitcher on the way.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports, another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change here as the Hawks are going to the bullpen. Our friend Ben Roberts says, I might do better than that, Ben. I might be able to do an interview with number 96 of the Bay Stars. And then everything else is downhill from that. And if you don't know who that is, well, you can check out the vlogs. He has one. I'm sure you might know who that might be, but I'll know that in another couple of months or so if we can swing that or not. Hopefully we can. The bare minimum, hopefully the agent will be able to sit down with us as well. I'm taking her as the option number 2. Well, we do have a pitching change on our hands here as they're going to a right-hander are the Hawks. It is going to be a number 26 entering the ball game. Not sure who that is yet. It looks like it's Otsu, as he is going to be taking over here. This is going to be Ryosuke Otsu on in relief. Last night they used Mainello and they used Osuna to close the game off. Be curious to see if they're going to go to those pitchers as well for the 8th and the 9th inning here. So Ryosuke Otsu is on in relief, as he is going to be taking over. And the specs on Otsu are this. Rookie season, he's worked in 7 ball games already this year. He has pitched in 8 innings, allowed 9 hits. He has not walked a batter. He has struck out 2, and he's got an ERA of 4.50. So in a leverage situation here. Our friend Louis says about the convenience stores. Yeah, that's the other part. So I'm going to do some stuff. I've got a few things that I've already got set up for the member. We're going to create a members only section behind the scenes, but we are going to do on the main page of the channel a vlog as well. But I've got a few things done that when Eric was up here with me that will run, and we'll put that up at some point in time, but it'll be on the members only section. First pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I don't want to create a members section and not have any content up there. So we'll look to do that. And then, of course, we're going to have some other stuff in the members only section. It's going to be some different stuff. I don't want to say behind the scenes, because that's not really the case, but just some more interesting things as we're over there. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1. I'll do a little extra tour piece, get the food offerings. I got one for you, Ben Roberts. So if you're interested, I had some ramen yesterday. We always have ramen. It's a good ramen scene out here on the West Coast. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And it was a spicy ramen with jalapeno in it. Never had that before, but you take the jalapeno and you stick it in the seaweed, and it makes a really interesting taste. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as it's on the way here to Simatani. And it's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So Simatani hitting in the place of Nishikawa here, as it looks like he's probably going to be coming in to catch. And I would expect Ito to stay in the ballgame in some place. Ben says he's never seen that before with the jalapeno. Yeah, jalapeno, but it was actually a chicken ramen. And I've got some problems eating pork, or at least the red meats these days. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Cimitani goes down on strikes, and that's going to do it here for out number 3 in the 7th inning. But they get some runs back to the Eagles. They got 3 runs, all courtesy of the homer from Ryosuke Tatsumi. There were 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. It is Japanese baseball on the Last Raps Baseball channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. That was Matt Hollis, and we have scores from around the NPB. It is Yokohama now leading the Swallows 6-5 in the top of the 8th. 9-0 in the top of the 8th inning for the Tigers over the Giants. The Carpa got one back, and another one back in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is now 2-2 with them and the Dragons. Of course, the scoreline here is 4-3 in favor of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We'll be back in 30 with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you for being here. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We'll just see if they're going to stay within Raku or if they're going to go to the pen. Or the Golden Eagles. First 5 innings of this game, there was no scoring for either team. Hawks erupted in the bottom of the 6th with the grand slam off the bat of Ryoya Kurihara. And then it was a 3-run shot by Ryosuke Tatsumi that has cut the lead to 1. It is going to still be Anraku who is going to be here. It is going to be Kai, the Tadiora Mori, and Nakamura. Defensive changes. Cimitani is behind the plate. Ito goes to third, and it looks like that Kobakata has gone out into left field. As the night for Nishikawa is done, there's a first pitch fastball that is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1 to Takuya Kai. Kai tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown to left and popped to second in his 2 trips to the plate. So when Raku kicks and delivers, Kai squares to bunt, and he takes a fastball upstairs. It's going to run the count to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We picked all the home teams to win tonight. For a while there, we were concerned that we weren't going to get anybody. But right now, we're checking the boxes on 3 out of the 4 with 1 game as a tie. And there's a breaking ball that misses outside, but Kai waved the bat at it, and that's going to run the count to 1-2. So with our fingers crossed, we might be able to sweep the board. But hard luck, the way it's been, we might only get 1. Who knows? So here's the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul down the right field line. The count remains at 1-2 to Takuya Kai. Now, there's some chicken ramen out here as well. In fact, there's a specific spot I go to that their ramen is It's actually karage that they put in there, fried chicken. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Kai. As I said, the ramen scene in Vancouver is very, very good. If I said there were 50 different ramen places, there's probably 100. And so here comes the 1-2 pitch to Kai as Enraku kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on as grounded foul down the third baseline. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander Enraku ready to go back at it. Ben says, you got about 100 more than Cleveland then, yeah. It was a big deal back east when there was a ramen place. My folks were telling me about it. I go, you got one, we got 101. Or whatever. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2 to Kai. The 2 big chains in Japan, at least when I was there, was Ippudo and Ichiran. And the Ichiran is the one that I went to most frequently as far as a chain was concerned. But we have one here a couple here in Vancouver that are sister chains in Japan. There's one called Danbo, which is out of Fukuoka. There's a fastball that misses down and away. Count goes down to 2-2 on Kai. Danbo ramen, my favorite ramen of all. On the staff in there, we got to know the staff pre-pandemic, and they bring the staff in from Japan. They work there, and they always knew when we were coming after practice, we'd be queued up, and they would usher us in and feed us. There's a fastball swung on his tap slowly in front of the plate. Fielded by Sumatani. He's going to get it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Takuya Kai for the first out of the inning. It goes as a ground out, 2-3. Kai has gone for out number 1, and that's going to bring on the top of the order in Masaki Momori. Well, for Momori, he is 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 on the season. They would always get a chuckle out of it. We would show up. The ramen restaurant would close at 11. Our clinics would be done at 10. We'd always get there, and the girls would make sure that we had a spot at the ramen bar, see us coming, or if we got there at maybe 11:45, they'd still keep it open. There's a fastball swung. This ball's lined into deep right field, and it's going to get over the head of Okajima. It's off the wall. Digging for second is Momori, and he's going to cruise in with his first hit of the season. Is a double, and that's with 1 out here. He is at second base, and that's going to bring up Akira Nakamura. Saying the girls that used to work there, the gals that were on the staff, we always make sure that we had ourselves a seat. It would be usually on Monday or Friday night we would make our way in there. Well, in the top of the 8th inning, the Swallows have got one back. It's now 6-6 against the Bay Stars. That game there is an absolute slugfest. Swallows had got off to an early lead. But the Bay Stars battled back and took the lead, and now it is all knotted up at 6s. And there's a fastball that comes inside, and it has hit the batter, Nakamura. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And he is going to be awarded first base, and that is going to bring up Kazuki Kondo. So now we got runners at first and second. Kondo coming to the plate. And the Hawks are looking to pad their lead that evaporated on that 3-run homer by Tatsumi. One thing I wish we saw is who is warming up in the bullpen. I wonder if they're going to go with Moinello and Osuna again tonight. As we said, they had the Monday off. Tuesday, it was in the Tuesday situation, they had the neutral site game was rained out. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kondo. And of course, Manello and Osuna went last night. No reason they can't go on back-to-back nights, and one would think that that could be the case here tonight. So no balls and 1 strike to Kondo. As the right-hander Renraku ready to deliver. He checks the runner and now fires. And that one has come inside. I don't know if it hit the batter there or not, but it's going to go all the way to the backstop, and the runners are going to move up a base. I think Kondo's asking if he was hit or not. He's hopefully wanting him to check. He says he got hit on the foot. And they are going to go up and have a look at review here. So Fujimoto has gone out, the manager, and has asked for the review. Kondo believes he was hit. And if that is the case, it's going to load the bases. Our friend Ben says, looking at the Vancouver ramen scene on Google, he says, we don't even have to go to Japan. Yeah, absolutely. There's a place that's just opened up in my neighborhood. I went to that spot yesterday. It's absolutely outstanding. That was what we had yesterday. So now we've got one. I could just get out onto the street and walk up 4 blocks, and we got some food. As we get the highlight there of that one, I'm looking to see if Kondo was indeed hit. I don't know if he was hit or not. I thought for sure he was, but unless it hit him in the leg, it sure didn't hit him in the foot. I don't know. We're going to see what that looks like again. That angle didn't show us. And the overhead angle didn't really tell us a whole lot either. The first view from head on. Here we go again. Let's see it again. He's trying to get out of the way. If it did hit him, it's going to hit the pant leg. And that's how you want to get hit by a pitch. Ben says all we would need is a couple of Family Marts and an expansion NPB franchise, and we wouldn't need to leave. Yeah, 100%. We got it all right here. So we're waiting on the decision from the VAR. I like that 360 model that they try to click it around. But I don't know. I don't think he got hit. I'm curious to see what they're going to award here. As we wait here for the decision to be made, Kondo walks around in the on-deck circle as if he's been hit. And Raku waiting here on the mound. That's if anything, it's probably going to tick off the pitcher. Well, we got a scoring update from the Koshin. It's 11-0 now for the Tigers over the Giants. It is in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Carp are locked up at 2 with the Dragons. Still in the top of the 8th inning, the Swallows are still batting against the Bay Stars. They got a runner on 3rd and 2 out. Or is that? No, it's a runner on 2nd and 2 out. Game between the Carp and the Dragons is 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. So what do we got going here? We got the pitching coach on the phone to the bullpen. We are still continuing to wait here. I don't know. If you can't make a decision now, I don't know what you could do. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a moment. But we are still waiting on the decision. Welcome back, everybody. It is at the bare minimum. It's going to be runners at 2nd and 3rd, but they're checking to see if Kondo was indeed hit by the pitch. And Raku is on the mound. The runner at third is Momori. The runner at second, Nakamura. After that ball did get by the catcher, Simitani. There's one out here in the seventh inning. We are still waiting on the umpires. It looks like they're about ready to return. And here comes the door opening. So let's see what the call is. And the umpire is going to say safe. So that means they've got runners at second and third. He was not hit by the pitch. So that's going to run the count to 1 ball and 1 strike to Kondo. So all that delay for nothing. If anything, it actually hurts the pitcher. An unneeded delay, he might be in some sort of rhythm, or maybe it helps him in this case because the last 2 runners have reached base. Well, the Eagles are bringing the infield in. They got to cut the run off at the plate. There's only 1 gone here in the 7th inning. The right-hander and Raku ready to go. And waiting at the plate is Kondo. The first pitch is a fastball delivered to him. And it's lined into deep right field. Tagging at third is Momori, and he is going to score easily, and that's going to increase the score line to 5-3. That's going to go down as a sacrifice fly to 9. RBI and the second out of the inning. And Nakamura is a check to see if he tagged and went to third. That's going to bring up Yuki Yanagita regardless. No, actually, the runner at second, Nakamura, held. So Yanagita is going to step to the plate. He is officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk and scored a run. So the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that comes up and in and almost hits Yanagita. Yanagita has increased his season average to .328 tonight. As the right-hander and Raku waits and holds at the belt. And he delivers again. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. So this game here that was cruising right along, ended up seeing the wheels fall off the apple cart. This might be the game that's going to finish last tonight. 12-0 now for the Tigers over the Giants. Glad we didn't look in on that one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. As we said, we have home teams all across the board. And our picks tonight. So the top of the 8th inning, Still and the Swallows and the Bay Stars all locked at 6. And I think that game, if I'm not mistaken, started earlier tonight. It was the one that started 15 minutes before everyone else. As there's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yanagita. Hawk fans are making their noise felt now. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Yanagita. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. We're going to do the 1-2 all over again. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Yanagita. There is 2 gone here in the 7th inning. The runner at second is Nakamura. They've got 1 on the board to the Hawks. And Raku checks the runner at second and now delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Yanagita goes down on strikes for out number 3. And that will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 7th. They got a run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. And your score is the Hawks 5 and the Eagles 3. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. And we'll carry on with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are anticipating a pitching change, but we haven't got updated yet. But it is going to be the left-hander Levon Moinello, who is now coming into the ball game. Moinello, of course, worked in last night's game. He made a really sensational play. There was a line drive back hit to him, and he caught it between his legs while not looking at the hitter. So Moinello on in relief as he is going to take over here for the right-hander Otsu. So one would expect that Roberto Osuna will be coming in to finish off the deal in the ninth inning. 5-3 is the lead. It'll be Shimauchi, Asamura, and Franco scheduled to come to bat here against the lefty Moinello, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1. 96 miles an hour, that is on the gun. The diminutive Cuban left-hander can really bring the heat. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. As Moinello delivers, there's a fastball that is check swing swung on, and we got the weirdness continues in this one. That ball came right off at Takuya Kai. It was a fastball that was running in under the hands. It was a check swing. The ball went down, and you know why Kai is rolling around on the ground. He got hit in the solar plexus, and he is in a little bit of pain. Which is why I don't like those guys catching off of one knee. He is still down. He might be down for a couple of minutes here. But for all the fellas that are listening to the stream here, everybody will know exactly what I'm talking about. That is in the family jewels. He is down is Kai. We're going to take a brief little time out here. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. I got to get myself another cup of hot chocolate while Kai collects himself. Welcome back, everybody. We are back to the action again, and there is a fastball that is swung through and missed by Shimauchi, and he is retired on strikes for the first out. Takuya Kai able to stay in the ball game. As we said, that is a difficult thing. That ball was taken right in the stones. Well, one gone here, and that brings up Hideto Asamura. Asamura tonight has a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out and grounded out. And the pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Asamura batting here from the right side against the left-handed slants of Moinello. And here's the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that comes in for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. Another pitch at 96 miles an hour. Moinello leans in, he gets the assign. He shakes off his catcher, Kai, and now he works to the set position. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on his top, slowly back to Moinello. He fields it and he throws to first. That's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Mikael Franco. Last night, Moinello had a pretty decent inning. He struck out the first 2 batters he faced. He walked Ito. I'll check that. Actually, last night he had the 1-2-3 inning. He was struck out Sumatani, and then he induced a ground out to Tatsumi and a line out to Kobakata. So here comes the offering from the lefty Moinello, and it's a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Mikael Franco. Franco's average has slipped to 188 on the season. He is 0 for 3 in this one. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The scoreline at the Cochin Stadium continues to get uglier. 15-0 now for the Tigers over the Giants. And here's the pitch from Moinello. It's a fastball swung on his, grounded off his glove, fielded by Imamiya. He throws to first. That's going to go in the books as a 1-6-3 putout. And that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 8th inning. They go quietly, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th. Your score is the Hawks 5 and the Eagles 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. It'll be Kurihara. Then it's going to be Shudo and Masuda to come to bat. We'll be right back after this. Well, it looks like we're going to have ourselves yet another pitching change. The Golden Eagles are going to be going back to the bullpen, I would think. Well, we'll get you that here in just a couple of moments. But hang tight, everybody. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like it's going to be Tomohiro Sakai into the ballgame here for the Golden Eagles. He is working in his second appearance of the year. Worked a third of an inning. He's allowed a hit. He's allowed a walk. And he has struck out 1 batter. So he is slated to face Kurihara, Shudo, and Masuda here in their half of the inning. The 30-year-old came to the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles from Chiba after the 2019 season. So he is on in relief here. So Tomohiro Sakai on in relief for the Golden Eagles. Pitcher number 4 used by manager Ishii here tonight. There's a fastball swung on, and this ball is lifted foul down the left field line. Count is quickly 0-1 to Kurihara. And now the right-hander kicks, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, is grounded softly over to second. Fielded by Asamura. He throws to first, and Kurihara is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. Goes in the books as a ground out 4-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up, or scheduled to bring up, Yukio Shudo. Well, this game has really slowed down quite a bit here. As we said, we're going to look to see if it is Shudo who is going to be at the plate, and that's exactly who it is. Here's the first offering to him, and it's a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. Shudo entered the game in the last half inning as the pitch is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second, fielded by Asamura, who throws to first, and another one that goes in the books as a ground out 4-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to Shima Suda. Just a quick attendance check on this ball game here tonight, as the announced attendance is 35,102. Pretty good crowd tonight for a Thursday night Japan time game. Well, that's going to bring up actually a pinch hitter here. This looks like Masuda's night is done. So we have to get to the pinch hitters here. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses. This looks like it is going to be Naoki Asado here to pinch hit. This is only his second at bat of the year, and he pitches a fastball that is swung through and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. So Naoki Asado here. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. One would think Roberto Osuna will be coming in to close the deal in the 9th inning. As a reminder, once this game is over, we'll give you the full recap. As there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Asado. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Asado batting from the right side, waggles the bat. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to be it as Sato goes down on strikes for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board in the Hawks half of the 8th inning. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. Your score, it is the Hawks 5 and the Eagles 3. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to give you the call of the 9th inning.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
You there, Matt. That's exactly who we have coming in. It's going to be Roberto Osuna coming in to close the deal. He pitched in last night's ball game, and one would expect that he is going to seal the deal here again tonight. He's got a beautiful pink glove. He is going to be taking over here. Osuna working in his 7th ball game. Already got 4 saves this year. He has 6 innings pitched. He's allowed 4 hits. He's walked none and struck out 5, and he's got an ERA of 0. So take that and add it to the 29 games he pitched last year, and he's got an ERA of 0.76 lifetime in the NPB. So pretty impressive. We have a new third baseman as Kavesi has come in to play third, as the night is over for Kurihara. And so it's going to be slated to come to bat Okajima, Yamazaki, and Ito. We'll have to see here if that is who is going to face the hard-throwing right-hander, Roberto Osuna. Hard to believe that Osuna is still only 28 years old. He turned 28 in February. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back over toward the foul line and making the grab is Suki Kondo for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 away. Okajima flew out to left, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Well, for Yamazaki tonight, he's officially 0 for 1. He lined out to right field. He was walked and he was hit by a pitch. He later came around and scored one of the 3 runs tonight by the Golden Eagles on the home run by Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Yamazaki here waiting on the first offering, and it's a fastball that's poured in at 96 miles an hour. So no balls and 1 strike. Suna holds set at the belt, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul behind home plate, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamazaki. It'll be Yukiya Ito who waits his turn on deck. Osuna looking to make quick work of the Eagles. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. As a reminder, we're going to be on the airwaves again tomorrow. Just not sure which teams we're going to do. So whether you're listening live or on delay, come on back again, because we will be calling the ball games again. As there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch from Osuna. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. I wonder what the issue is with the website that was our go-to website last year for NPB games, English box scores. We're not able to get the English box scores of the NPB this year. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to first. It is going to be fielded by Nakamura, and he's going to step on the base. He's going to retire Yamazaki on a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. Yep, they have the hosted website and the English website still not updating anything yet. Major League Baseball is, but the NPB has stayed away from it. Well, now the Eagles are down to their final out, as it is going to be Ito stepping up here to the plate. Or do we have a pinch hitter for him? It looks like it's Daichi Suzuki. So Daichi Suzuki stepping to the plate. As the pinch hitter, the 33-year-old is 3 for 15 this year. He's batting .200. So here comes the offering to Suzuki, and it's a fastball that swung on it. It's grounded over to first. Nakamura fields it. He's going to win the race to the bag, and that is going to do it. A ground out to first base, and that will take care of the inning here for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Well, hang tight, everybody. We're going to be back in just a couple months. We're going to wrap this one up. We'll give you the rundown. We'll look at the scores from around the NPB, and then we'll call it a night. And that is your final score. Your final score here is 5-3 for the Hawks. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know
Appreciate you, Matt, and your support of the channel. And now we're going to give you the recap and the rundown. In this one, we'll look at the scores from the out-of-town ball games, and then we're going to call it a night. Well, the Hawks got the scoring going in the 6th inning. With one gone, it was a Akira Nakamura single. Then Kensuke Kondo doubled, and then Yuki Yanagita walked. And then up stepped Ryoya Kurihara, and he deposited a grand slam home run into the right field seats. That put the Hawks up 4-0. Well, the Eagles responded in their half of the 7th, in the top of the 7th. With one out, it was Tsuyoshi Yamazaki was hit by a pitch. And then the pinch hitter Uriya Ito singled. And after Hiroto Kobakata struck out, it was Ryosuke Tatsumi who had a 3-run bomb to cut the lead to 4-3. Well, in the 7th inning, the Hawks got one back. With one out, it was a leadoff double by Momori. And Nakamura was hit by a pitch. And then up stepped. There was a wild pitch that moved the runners over to a second and third. And then up stepped Keisuke Kondo. And he had a deep fly ball to right field. And that was able to cash in Masaki Momori with the 5th run of the ball game. And that was your final 5-3. So for the Hawks, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Golden Eagles. Again, your final score 5-3 here. Quickly looking at the out-of-town scoreboard from around the NPB. Is scores only one other game. It is a final. It was 15-0 for the Tigers over the Yomiuri Giants. That game is a final one. In the top of the 9th inning, it is a 6-6 scoreline between the Bay Stars and the Swallows. They're now at the bottom of the 10th inning, and it is a 2-2 game between the Carp and the Dragons. Once again, everybody, we plan to be on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Check our schedule, as we will post our game usually about an hour or so before we go on, but we are going to be on for the Saturday Japan game, and that is more like looking like the Buffaloes, I believe the Lions on that one. Be sure to take a bookmark to our page if you guys are enjoying listening to the streams. Once again, everybody, it's been another Last Raps Baseball production. We hope you all have a great night. Come on back and see us again tomorrow. We'll be back on again.